Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracy Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracy Erickson, and in this video, I would like to discuss the spiritual significance or the symbolic meaning of mountains and volcanoes. Because I've noticed there's a lot of volcanic activity going on in the news right now. So it's a good time to talk about it. So stay tuned. I have been noticing volcanoes in the news so much lately. In fact, in Hawaii, Mount Kilauea has been shooting and spewing lava up to 330 feet in the air. And at the same time, there have been massive earthquakes around the Mount Spur in Alaska, which has raised the chances of an eruption to take place to a 50-50 chance. And then again this morning, when I was looking into the volcano eruptions that have recently been taking place, I saw that Europe also has an eruption at Mount Etna, and it is currently spewing out smoke, ash, and lava as well.
First documented as exploding as far back as 425 BC, has now erupted again.
Of course, since I've been seeing volcanoes so much lately in my outer consciousness, I decided to sit and think about the spiritual significance or the symbolic meaning of a volcano. And the first thing I like to do is to really look at what is a volcano. A volcano is an opening in the Earth's crust through which lava, volcanic ash, and gases escape. Volcanoes are classified as active, dormant, or extinct. Inside of an active volcano is a chamber in which molten rock called magma collects. Pressure builds up inside the magma chamber, causing the magma to move through the channels in the rock and escape onto the planet's surface. Once it flows onto the surface, the magma is known as lava. The outer appearance of a volcano is much like that of a mountain. A volcano really is just a mountain, but these mountains have those particular vents that the gases and magma can flow through. So, the spiritual symbolic meaning of a mountain can also be tied into the meaning of a volcano. Back when I was a student and teacher at the School of Metaphysics, one of the major parts of the curriculum there is dream interpretation. And dream interpretation was very important to your spiritual development because what it does is it teaches you that your mind speaks in a language of images. The School of Metaphysics calls it the universal language of mind. So anytime that you see something in the natural world, any person, place, or thing, it can be considered a symbol that you can use for your own soul growth and spiritual development. And if you see these symbols within your dream time, then that is a very specific message from your own subconscious mind to your conscious mind. Now, even if you don't see these things in a dream, you can still take a spiritual, symbolic meaning from the image. So, like I have experienced the volcano a lot just in my consciousness through the news reports I've been seeing on it, it has really stood out to me. So, because it stood out to me as something different or unique or just something that really stands out, then I'm going to take that as a message from my spirit. In the universal language of mind, a mountain can actually be interpreted as an obstacle or challenge in your life path. A mountain isn't necessarily a barrier, but more like some kind of challenge that you need to get over in order to see what lies on the other side, right? So when it comes to a volcano, because of that magma that's burning under the surface and spewing out through the vents, there is an added element to this obstacle or challenge. And that added element is that of fire. And fire is all about transformation and expansion. So then I started to think, well, what makes the volcano erupt in the first place? And I learned that that is all about the tectonic plates. So we already know that volcanoes erupt when the magma rises to the surface and releases the gas, ash, and lava. But this happens because of the tectonic plates. And tectonic plates are basically large masses of land that are all separate, but yet move individually on their own. So when two tectonic plates kind of meet each other or collide, that is what creates mountain ranges as well as volcanoes. So while a volcano eruption is caused by a buildup of the gases and the magma and all of that, it is actually caused by that movement that's happening just below the surface. And that movement is so slow that we don't really see it taking place either. Because these tectonic plates actually have the power to change entire landscapes. But it happens so slowly that usually we just don't see it taking place. So to gain a little more spiritual insight on the volcano, I decided to look to my Dreamer's Dictionary by Barbara Condren, because this is a book that I would reference all the time as a student at the School of Metaphysics when I was learning the universal language of mind, or language of images. And I did find that the volcano is in the Dreamer's Dictionary. And so it says here that the meaning or symbolic meaning of this image of a volcano is that it represents an opportunity bearing potential for mind expansion. So again, since a volcano is just a mountain that has the potential to erupt, then a volcano is basically, it's an opportunity, which is that mountain, that challenge, that has potential for you to expand your mind, to expand your thinking in some way. So it's like a breaking free of an old way and making way for new growth to take place. Now, within the Dreamer's Dictionary, she also lists thoughts to consider for each of the symbols. So I want to share the thoughts to consider regarding a volcano with you as well. It says to control your attitude toward the unexpected. Purposefully see opportunities as challenges rather than barriers to what you desire. Embrace each experience for what it offers you rather than for what you might lose. By actively seeking the manifestation of your desires, you will unlock the potential for expansion and new awareness will become yours. So a volcano eruption can definitely be a destruction of what already exists. And it's something that has been kind of bubbling under the surface for quite some time, building pressure until finally the whole system collapses before you. Now, that's the destructive side of the symbol of a volcano. And then there's the creative side, because the lava that magma creates is actually fertilizing the ground, making the ground even more fertile than before. So you can have even more new growth than you ever did without the fertility of the lava. It's just proof in nature that sometimes there has to be destruction before there can be new growth. Because you can't have as much new growth when it's all crowded out by what already existed before. So symbolically speaking, a volcano eruption is really a time in your life where feelings that have been lying dormant under the surface are now finally going to come out. And that can cause huge expansion in your life. but it can also destroy some of the beliefs and the structures that you've already created within your own thinking. But that destruction of those beliefs and structures is going to be what helps you to expand your mind and let new thinking occur, new thoughts, new attitudes, new everything can occur once you've destroyed what already existed in the past. And as I was pondering the spiritual meaning of a volcano, I remembered that in my Goddess Guidance Oracle card deck, there is a card for Pele. And Pele is the Hawaiian goddess of volcanoes. And her card actually says, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desires? So before we end this video about the spiritual meaning of volcanoes, I want to read from the Goddess Guidance Oracle Card Guidebook about the Pele card. The message from Pele is this: if you listen to the sound of your heart and breath, you'll recognize the ancient rhythms of your own internal drumming. This forever connects you to the mother of all creation and to the sound of planet Earth. These rhythms can't be faked or forged. They're natural and eternal. What part of you are you trying to ignore? What part of you has been overly concerned with pleasing others to the detriment of hearing the sounds of your own rhythm? Dear child, reach out and extend your arms to embrace your dreams. They're just as much a part of nature as are the trees, animals, and sunsets. Don't your own dreams deserve the same respect that you accord everyone and everything that you love? Listen to them, my child. Listen to your dreams. They'll activate the powerful eruption of passion in your life. Don't be afraid of your own passion, for it will propel you naturally and will excite and invigorate you. When you dance to the rhythms of your life, you're truly alive in all ways. So Pele wants you to embrace that fiery passion within your heart, to follow your dreams. So the destruction side of the image of a volcano can represent the destruction of the old ways of being, a destruction of what once existed that is no longer serving you. And the eruption happens because now it can create this new fertility for expansion and new growth to take place where the old once existed. So the message of a volcano is all about your fiery passion within. It's about following your heart and actually going for it, going for your dreams rather than just dreaming them and keeping them under the surface. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you liked this video, be sure to click that like button. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can then turn on the notifications bell if you want to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for being here and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.